All right, folks, welcome back. My name is Rudy. You're watching Alpha Investments. Today, per your all's request, it's been a couple weeks since we've done a Pokemon video. We've been so wound up in the Final Fantasy and the Magic the Gathering, and then Flesh and Blood of the Hunted, and everybody's still fighting for Flesh and Blood Hunted boxes. No, I still don't have any, sorry. And everybody's wound up now because we're getting eBay pricing of Final Fantasy collector boxes approaching $700 to $800 a box with actual sales, not asking price. Actual bids, buyers. The bid-ask spread is actually connecting. There's actual transactions going through. So, back to Pokemon. I want to address a couple questions up front. And that is, Rudy, I've been hearing rumors that you've been running monthly Pokemon sales. And that's correct. We just finished your other Pokemon sale about 10 days ago, was it? And I did another variety kit where patrons could get SVO, what do we do? Scarlet Violet Base, Paldea, Paradox. So we did SVO 1, 2, 4, 6, 7, 8. So we did a 6-pack. I don't know, I think it was worth like $1,300 on TCG Player. And I gave everybody a $150 discount. And yeah, you guys bought the shit out of that. Holy cow. We cut that sale off after about 30, 45 minutes. 25 minutes? So, where are we at now? So I'll be very straightforward with you all up front. With the patrons buying some of my Pokemon, my Scarlet Violet booster box position peaked at about 15,500 boxes. I am down to probably about 11,500 boxes, so I have trimmed probably about 25 to 30% of my position of the Scarlet Violet into the bull market. Now, at this point in time, I've kind of evened out my inventory of each set pretty good. So we have a little while, because next month coming up here in a few weeks, we got Journey Together. So we've got, in a week from now, at the end of February, we have our Sword and Shield Throwback High Roller Kit. So tonight, I'm going to try these. You should be watching this video on a Friday. We have the High Roller Throwback, the 5th year anniversary for Flesh and Blood, Arcane Rising First Edition, Old Playmat, exclusive sleeves, and 4 promos. Yeah, so we got a really cool high-end throwback for the Flesh and Blood tonight. Arcane First. Boy, Rudy's favorite set of all time next to Crucible. And then going into next week, we have the Sword and Shield throwback. And that is going to be a 6-box variety kit of Sword and Shield era booster boxes. To keep the price down, we will not be including Evolving Skies in that. It'll be something like, I don't know, we'll do Chilling Reign, I don't know, Fusion Strike, or Lost Origins, or Silver Tempest. We'll make a nice little variety kit. I have no idea what the demand will be. That sucker's going to be expensive. It's gonna be, I mean, my God, that could easily be a couple grand. Even if I take a couple $100 off the price, that's still a lot of money. Anyways, so next month we have Prismatic Journey Together. So we got a lot of sales coming. I have 3 or 4 different sales coming up for Journey Together when we go into March. We got the booster boxes. I'm trying for retail now with sleeved and maybe even bundles. On top of that, ETB cases. I'm starting to get some information on my Journey Together allocations. I only have 2 distributors data points. I don't have all of them yet. The only thing I can tell you so far is the numbers for me are about the same as they were for Surging Sparks. I know a lot of people are frustrated. I know a lot of people are not getting a lot of access to the product line. I am not a good indicator to use for supply on how much they're printing. From what I'm gathering, the print run is very healthy. But again, the people in the stores requesting Pokemon now. I mean, I was talking to one of my distributor friends that I've been friends with for like 15, 20 years. And this guy was telling me, he's like, Rudy, you don't understand. We've had accounts with our distributor that haven't ordered Pokemon in 5 years. We've had accounts that have never ordered Pokemon. And there's 50 of these accounts who just do board games and D&D and tabletop. And they're requesting Pokemon. So it's just that piece of the pie is getting cut up and sliced so thin. It feels like it's more rare. So understand, when I tell you all and discuss things on this channel, I'm like the worst person to go by print run size and allocation numbers, because in the world of Pokemon, I'm probably top 5 in the United States on Pokemon spending. Like, in the last 2-3 years, I've probably spent over $10 million on Pokemon. Well, 2021, 2, 3, God, 5 years. Oh my God. In the last 5 years. So I spend so much on it. So going into this bull market, because they go by quarterly spend rates and relationships, my data point isn't as reflective as smaller or new startup stores. It just kind of is what it is. So we have the Journey Together situation coming up. I do plan on selling the ETBs by the case. No, booster boxes will not be by the case. They will probably be the same thing as before. Booster boxes will probably be maybe 2 packs. I'll try to do maybe like Surging Sparks, where I do like a 2-pack and maybe a 4-pack. Whatever the price is, just like I always do, we'll add up the market price. We'll chop off a discount so you guys can get just below market. And you can buy it if you want, or you can skip it and just leave it in Rudy's warehouse. I don't give a shit. So that's what's coming up. Now, the state of Pokemon. Well, Rudy, why? Did Rudy say at the beginning of this video he started with 15,500, now he's 11,500? So he chopped off a third of his position? Yes, Buttercup. I told you already, I promised the patrons, number one, I would run more frequent Pokemon sales for newer patrons and patrons that pretty much missed out, and they want a safe way to buy without getting bamboozled on some whatnot stupid stream. God, have you seen some of these scam stream stuff they're doing? Where people buy the packs, they reseal them, and they, oh my God. Be careful with that stuff, you guys. I know, some of it's fun and tempting, and that little gambling, fun streaming stuff, it's cool, but just be careful, please. Some of that stuff there's a lot of money involved right now in the Pokemon market, so you're going to attract people that are new, and they're going to be very greedy in situation. I'll be straightforward with you all. You guys know I like money. You like money. Welcome to Costco. I still love you, okay? But remember, I'm not desperate for money. I don't have any I don't scam and reseal. I don't care about any of that. I don't always offer the absolute best price in the universe on every product. I do on some products, looking at you, magic boxes and play and draft boxes, but I do the best I can to keep things fair. So please be careful with these streamers and reeks. Again, just to comment with you guys, the number one thing, when people buy a loose pack and they open it online, usually people reseal the bottom of the pack. So when you're opening the top of the pack, it still looks original because the bottom was what was tampered. You don't see that on camera because the positioning of the hand. Just please be careful with that bad behavior, okay? Anyways, I just want to kind of go over the last few things here in today's Pokemon discussion, and that is the Scarlet Violet situation. Obviously, I was one of the original people that was an advocate for this product a couple years ago, and I had the whole playground to myself because everybody hated it and made fun of it. And that's how I was able to build the positions and get to where I am. Now, Scarlet Violet base, new all-time highs, 170s, it's going to head to 200 plus, okay? Understand, even if for some reason we get a reprint on it, which again, I've told you already, I personally do not believe we are getting reprints on SVO 1, 2, 3, and 4. I do believe we will have reprints on SV 5, 6, 7, and of course reprints on SV 08 Surging Spark. So understand, I still stand by that, okay? Because we just had the reprints of SV 2 and 3, Mr. P and Obsidian. Those just happened a few months ago. SV 1 is still the place to probably be. It's going to be a base set. It's heading over 200. Even if for some reason, miracle, we get more product, distribution is going to mark it up so much, it's going to raise the water level, put a safety net. God, sorry, the allergies. The pollen's killing me. So we're still not going to see much downside risk. SVO2, Mr. P. SVO2, as of the filming of this video, is a new all-time high. We are now over 200, it's about $225 for SVO2 Paldea. And it looks like the market's getting so thin. Looks like Paldea is going to head to 300 plus, probably within the next 90 days. My opinion, I don't know where the next leg up stabilizes, but it definitely looks like SVO2 is going to be 3 to 350 range. It depends where the market recalibrates. The supply is next to nothing. I'm still looking at constant daily demand and sell-through rates and pack cracking and ripping ships, and there's no more coming. And even if they did some miracle reprint, they're probably going to charge stores 150 to 200 to make sure the price stays at around 300. That's what I see going on. So Mr. P, SVO2, you probably need to buy it. It is what it is. No, I'm not going to give you any discounts. You're on your own. SVO3, Obsidian. The most hated Charizard set there was in the beginning of the SV era. Again, I already had the reprint. Prices were already soft. SVO3, I don't care what you think of it, how you care, your relationship is with your ex. It's going to be $200 a box. I don't care if you buy it. Moving on. SVO4, the most hated Paradox Rift set that was stuck in distribution. The set that SVO 1 and 4, my two favorite sets of SV, where I was the only one buying the leftover pallets. And again, one of the reasons that I ran multiple patron sales over the last 2 years is because SVO 1 and 4 were my largest positions. At my peak, I had almost 4,000 boxes of SVO 1 and SVO 4. I've leveled out the positions. We're now SVO 1 and 4. I'm sitting at about 2,000 boxes even. So now, like SVO 2, I'm at like 2,300. So I've been able to kind of even. I'm trying to keep an even amount of each set. That's why I've been kind of trying to do sales in these variety kits with certain sets and skipping certain ones. There's no real, well, Rudy skipped that set. Is that the one that's going to go up the most? That's why he's not selling it? No! Stop trying to be a Timmy. I'm just trying to keep an equal amount in each set because I'm too stupid. I don't have a passion for Pokemon. I am literally just looking at it from a business standpoint. Love me, hate me for it. I'm just going to tell you how it is. You're probably going to get uncomfortable. So SVO4, Paradox. The market now finally loves Paradox Rift. And that was the one that on the very last pallet of Paradox Rift I bought 2 years ago? Was it 2 pallets they were stuck with the distribution? I actually did a special private deal. I can't legally disclose it because I signed a form saying I wouldn't tell you what it was. But the last 2 pallets of Paradox that I bought that had 600 boxes each, or 660 or 680, I don't remember what it was. Let's just say instead of paying 90, 95 a box, even 88, I got it for below 88 a box because of a private thing they wanted off the books before the end of a year. I think it was the end of 2023 or 23 or 24, maybe 23. I can't remember. They wanted off the books for a tax situation. So that's it for SVO4. The market likes it now. It is also going to 200 plus. It may already be there by the time you watch this video. Not surprised. Now, SVO 5 through 8, these newer few sets. Now, everybody was saying that Surging Sparks, it's topped off, the market's peaking, this and that, because they're stupid. Because people are stupid. And everybody's basing decisions on time frames like one day. Rudy, last weekend, Surging Sparks went from 250 to 245. Because people have no understanding of time horizons, investment objectives, risk tolerance, and understanding if it's not more than, this is all market noise. But today, we have our very first breaking of Surging Sparks breaking out of the range of the last 6 months. Or wait, 6 months? I guess it's just since New Year's. 3 months? Since Black Friday? Yeah, so Surging Sparks broke through the 250, 255 as of right now. We're now 260 plus tax. And it does look like Surging is going to push to 300. And even if from some flippin' miracle, there is a reprint, I'm sure the distributors across the country are going to bundle it with some sort of stupid ass shit and they're going to jack the price so high, it will not be possible for the market to even crash. Now, maybe I'll be wrong. That'd be nice. I'd like some Surging Sparks. So, last but not least, I'm not going to talk too much about the whole, well, I will, okay. The Twilight and the Temporal. Temporal, I don't have much to comment on. Twilight, again, was the first set where the market turned on SV, and everybody went crazy for it, and everybody got upset. I don't want to say much about that. Stellar Crown, I'll comment real quick. Stellar Crown was the one right before Surging Sparks, where everybody was being really weird about it. Distributors actually had some leftovers, and it actually stayed in stock and distribution for a while. I remember getting a couple extra waves of 120 and 240 box blocks of Stellar. And then towards the end, I just took one leftover pallet, and then that was it. Then the market turned on Stellar, and it went from like 99, 109. It popped to 120, 130. Now it's gone, and now it's over with. So that's great. Nobody cares. Now I want to talk about prismatic evolutions. So the market's finally flushed. Give you guys a second. I know. Yell or make sure you click the thumbs down button and write something mean about Rudy. I'll give you a second. It's fine. Take your time. Seriously. No shit's given. Take your time. Good. Okay. Now, I believe the scalpers and the flippers are finally flushed. When Prismatic came out, everybody was fighting for Blooming Waters, which was 151. Everybody was fighting for ETBs of Prismatic. Everybody was fighting for ancillary accessory products. Everybody got them. They ran to the stores. They beat up the little kids. They ran to Target. They ran to your local, the Walmarts and the Amazons. Everybody bought it all. Flippers came, dumped it all online. We saw prices all over the place like this, going crazy. The market's flushed. It's over with. The scalpers are out. Everything is over. I expect at this point in time, we saw bottoming of prismatic ETBs around 100, 110. As of the filming of this, we are already back to 133 plus tax. We are now back to about 145 shipped for prismatic ETBs. At this point, because there's not more prismatic ETBs coming to the market within the next 30, 45 days. Because of this, on a large scale, I expect prismatic ETBs to resume to go back to their all-time high, which was about 150 plus tax, so about 165 shipped, I guess, for some people. And I will stand by the prediction I told you all at release. I expect prismatic ETBs to push towards 200. The only way that changes is if we get a miracle 1,000 pallet reprint and there's some contractual special agreement where distributors aren't allowed to jack the price to the moon. I don't think that happens. I think pretty much it's just going to get wrecked. So, with that being said, if you missed out on prismatic ETBs and that kind of thing, this is your time to buy it. It has already been flushed. All the flippers and scalpers and all your dramatic words and fancy lingo online that makes you feel special, they're over with. The market flushed. Everybody ran out, bought everything, flipped it on the internet. They captured their little profit margin. They feel like a cool Taco Timmy. It's done. Okay? Now what's left is out there. So the people who bought from the flippers and paid the $150, they're not going to sell it now for $130. There's no more to flip and scalp right now. Maybe in 6 months we get more. So therefore, what's out there has already been flipped. The people are holding it, have new cost bases in the 150s. The market is going to go higher. Okay, now that we get that free and clear. If you're interested in that kind of thing, I don't have any for sale, so good luck with that. So my point is, we are now leaving a period of SVO 1 through 8 where we have, because remember, Pokemon doesn't go smooth. It's a staircase. It's a heavy, it's just a heavy sack. We're not going to use the term balls because that's inappropriate. It makes you look childish. It's a heavy sack. What happens? If you are trying to carry a heavy sack up a staircase, what do? You lift the heavy sack. If you're in public right now, sack. You lift your sack and it goes to the next stair and you put it down because it's heavy. Then you lift it up a few more little steps, and you stop and pause and catch your breath. Because the Pokemon market does that. We have these idle periods, consolidation, purgatory, I don't know, Scalper meets Timmy, Timmy gets angry, I'm posting on social media, the same old thing. And once that flushes, and once that cools, and the volatility drops, we have the next step up. So now, I believe we are literally on the verge from literally today, you watching this video on a Friday, over the next 30 days, I think we go up the next step. I think the next wave is, for example, Scarlet Violet Base, 200. Paldea, we're heading to 300. Obsidian, we're heading above 200. Paradox, we're heading above 200. Okay? Temporal, above 200. Twilight, 250 to 300. Okay? Then we get to the, Stellar? 200, which everybody, oh god, 120 for Stellar. Ooh. Yeah, good luck with that, princess. SVO8 surging, I think we now have the green light and the foundation to go to 300 plus. Prismatic evolutions, ETBs are going to break their previous highs of the 150s to 170s. And again, all the data I just strung out across your face as you were uncomfortable. The only way that changes is if the Pokemon company themselves, A, have to release more product, which leads to part B, the distributors, if they mark it up, the prices will not drop. That's it, folks. Past that, Journey Together, I mean, it's $200 plus tax all over the internet. It's $210 for a booster box. That didn't even come out for a month. What, Rudy, well, do you think it'll come down? Sure, it may drop 10% and goes from what, 210 to 180, 190? It's not, which I don't even know why everybody's all, dude, Rudy, did you see that? Journey Together is like 198 plus tax? That's 210. You think it'll come down like 10%, then I'll buy? It's like you realize even a 10% jump, or I'm sorry, decline on Journey Together takes it to like 180. You do know, even if the Pokemon Center restocks Journey Together booster boxes for what, 160 something plus tax? That's still 180 a box. Like, there's no, this is the price. For those of you, oh God, but I refuse to be a part of this market anymore. The scalpers have ruined everything for me. I know. You know what I did? I just want to end this video on a very important story. The other day I went to get tacos. And I got so much extra cheese and queso, I took the rest of it out of the bowl. And then I stood by the register, and all the people in the line behind me, they couldn't get cheese or queso because there's none left. So I stood at the register, and I told them if they wanted cheese or queso, I would double the price and sell it back to them. I scalped queso in the taco line.